Right, let's go to the growing tensions between China and Taiwan now. China's military exercises continued on Sunday morning in close proximity to Taiwan, albeit a lower intensity than on previous days. Taiwan has accused China of practicing for an invasion of the island, while the US has accused Beijing of using military drills to change the status quo. Our correspondent in Taipei, Rupert Wingfield-Hayes, has this update.
So what we're hearing from Taiwan's defense ministry today is that it believes the last 4 days of Chinese military drills around the island have in effect been a dry run for a future invasion. And interestingly, we've also heard from the People's Liberation Army Eastern Command in China, who've released a statement effectively saying almost exactly the same thing. But perhaps the most significant statement has come from Washington overnight. The White House has released a statement saying that it believes China's drills are an attempt to change the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. And that language is very significant because for the last 40 years or more, the fundamental bedrock of the relationship between America and China has been that America will oppose any unilateral attempt by Taiwan or China to change the status quo in the Taiwan Straits. Now, for the last few days, we've been hearing loudly from China, from the foreign minister and other officials, that it is America that is to blame for this crisis. It is Nancy Pelosi's visit that has provoked this. Well, this is Washington really pushing back against that and saying to Beijing, no, it is you that is being aggressive, it is you that is trying to change the rules of the game, and it is you that is attempting to unilaterally change the status quo in the Taiwan Straits.
Thanks to Rupert for that update. Well, I'm joined now by Karen Yu, former Taiwanese lawmaker for the Democratic Progressive Party. Thanks so much for coming on the programme.
Hi. Hello.
Do you view these military operations then by China as a preparation for a full-scale invasion?
Actually, we have Taiwanese people have been living under the threats from China for decades. But compared with the previous military drills, we think that this time is much more provocative and irrational. So, because Taiwan is seeking for regional peace, and we want to keep the status quo, so that's why we think that this time the military drills from China is enlarged and quite different compared with the previous one.
So given that they are enlarged, they are different. I hear what you're saying about the fact that people in Taiwan are pretty used to living under these general circumstances for a great many years. But if this time it is different, what do you think needs to happen to avoid that happening? How could things be de-escalated if they can?
I think that most Taiwanese people do not panic about the threat from China since we have living under the threat from China for decades. But we take this enlarged military drills seriously because right now we think that Taiwan is going to the local election is coming in the end of this year. So depending on the previous experience, China always want to manipulate Taiwan's election in order to undermine the democracy and the regional peace. So we think that we should take it seriously, and we already heightened the alert and the readiness militarily in order to protect the regional peace and democracy.
I see. And just briefly, what is your message to China?
Taiwan is seeking for peace in the region, and however, we want to have our own freedom to make friends with global democratic allies. So we hope that the international community can support democratic Taiwan and to call a halt to China to call a halt to China's military drills and action with reason.
Okay, Karen Yu, thank you very much for coming on the programme. We appreciate it. Thank you.